Did you know that Larry Bird had these 15 players in the NBA terrified? Let's get into it.
But Larry Bird was cold. I don't think nobody ever could get out with him.
He talked trash against us, talked trash with against everyone else.
And I'm looking at this guy like, man, he's nuts, you know?
When you talk about NBA players.
First off, that is an amazing way to start off the video, man. You got Dominique Wilkins, Patrick Ewings, you know, and Gary P. and all in the intro. Amazing, man. Right? Amazing if you agree.
That would put fear in other players. The first people that will come to your mind will be somebody like Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, or maybe Kevin Garnett. But I feel like there's one guy that should be on everybody's top 5 when talking about the most feared NBA players, and that is Larry Bird.
Yes,
like the trash talking he was having with other players would just...
If you are here for Larry, write Larry in the comments. All right, guys, welcome to my channel. We do review a lot of classic NBA. That's what I like, classic NBA content, right? I want to know if you've ever been to an Larry Bird game. Have you ever met Larry? Tell me a story in the comments. Also, why you like basketball. Welcome to the family. We have a good time over here, and let's get back in.
Disrespectful at an all-time high, but at the same time hilarious and creative. Seriously, I will crack up laughing at the way Bird will make players and even legends look like fools. The fear Bird instilled in players' hearts night after night made him a formidable opponent for defenders and even coaches. Larry would literally tell defenders what he would do on the court and proceed to do it. It was exhausting playing Bird every night because they would be in a physical and mental battle they had never seen before. So I found 15 NBA legends sharing stories about what made Larry Bird so feared by many players. And when these legends are talking, you get to see the amount of respect they have for him. So we will start with number 15, David Robinson, aka the Admiral, who left an indelible mark on the NBA.
Man, shout out to David Robinson, man. Shout out to David Robinson. You know, we give our legends they flowers on this platform. You know what I mean? If you're a David Robinson fan, please leave his name in the comments. Give him his flowers in the comments, man. For real, we all about
extraordinary
that.
Skills and contributions to the game. There is rarely any footage of David Robinson talking about Larry Bird, but there is an interview a year ago when someone asked him who was his favorite player to play against, and this is what he said.
And I know a lot of you young folks may not really remember Larry Bird that well, but that man was a magician. And, yeah, no, he was amazing. And he was 6'9", and he had the skill set of a guard. He wasn't that fast. He wasn't that great of an athlete. He had the heart of a lion. And so playing against him was kind of my real first taste of, man, I want to do that, right? I want to compete against that every day. That's the kind of thing that's going to make you a monster. And there were a lot of great players. I mean, make no mistake, I've faced a lot of great players every day, but I think when I came into the league, Larry Bird was at his peak. And he was incredible at what he did. And he was humble, and he came to work every single day, and I admired that. And so I think he was my favorite to play against, particularly early in my career.
Number 14, we got Gary Payton, one of the most well-known trash talkers in
Salute to another legend, Gary, man. Let's go, man.
NBA history, who had intimidated many players in his career. But it is shocking how highly he speaks of Bird after all the battles that he went through against Jordan. He will still pick Larry Bird when it comes to getting into your head. This man was a trash-talking connoisseur, but the way Larry Bird was talking trash was something he never experienced.
And Larry Bird would shoot it anywhere. If you think about how many times he won a championship and what he was doing and what he was averaging, people don't understand. They was like, oh, he was slow. He wasn't, nah, he was just smart. You know what I'm saying? He was smart and he can get it. He can get it done. He wasn't MVP all them times and all all-stars all them times for nothing.
I'm going to take you over to this corner. I'm going to dribble 2 times. I'm going to hit your ass in the face. And it bet not touch the rim. Wow. And then he said, if it do, I'm going to come right back and do it again until it touches.
Wow.
That's how Larry Bird used to get at him.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, Larry Bird was the coldest shit talker ever, man. And he backed it up because he was so cold.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? So people, ask people about him. Motherfucker used to tell you, boy, you can't do shit with me. I'm too motherfucking good for this.
Wow.
I'm going to give you a Christmas present. This jumper in your face. He always say this.
Next,
Merry
we got
Christmas.
Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight film. He was a dominant
Dominique Wilkins, man. Dominique Wilkins,
captivating
man.
audiences with his electrifying dunks and scoring prowess. He had a versatile offensive game, capable of scoring from various positions on the.
I know y'all hear me singing nasty. If you agree with any of these dunks or plays that we watching, man, write nasty in the comments. Timestamp it.
Floor. In the 1980s, Wilkins and Larry Bird had a fierce rivalry. They had one of the most memorable playoff battles in NBA history. Dominique Wilkins shared his experience of what it was like going against Larry Bird as a rookie, and this was hilarious.
First time Bird ever talked trash to me. It was my rookie season, my first game I ever played against him. And so I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he getting his head ready to play. And first play of the game, he says, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots a 3. Now, I wasn't upset he made the 3. I said,
called them Holmes.
I was pissed.
He called them Holmes.
You know, I said, I wasn't mad he hit the 3, but this some bitch just called me Holmes. You know? And so it's set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground. He fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I said, what? He said, what? He said, I like you. You got, you know, he said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass. You know, he got about 38, but I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about 38. That because, you know, back then, you know, as a rookie.
He got about 38.
You know, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
Let's go, Larry.
Whatever he said. If he tell you going to hit a shot to certain place.
Let's go, Larry.
Or if he going to take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he gonna do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Joe Dumars, a Pistons legend.
Another legend, man. I'm liking this. I'm liking
Jordan
this.
Stopper, and a key member of the Detroit Pistons bad boys era. He holds deep respect for Larry Bird. The intense rivalry between the Pistons and the Boston Celtics during the late 1980s was marked by fierce competition and mutual admiration. You will see Joe Dumars explain how smart and tough Larry Bird was playing against, like it was a chess match.
I said, but please, let's not forget how incredible Bird and the Celtics were in their prime.
Yes, sir.
I said they were almost impossible to go in there and beat.
86
and they said, why? I said, because
Celtics.
You could not make a mistake with them. If you turn your head or you don't rotate right on time or whatever it was, those guys made you play. And it was him. Like he was like he was a savant on the court. Like just a savant, like 2 plays ahead on everything. And so I was just talking about this maybe 3 or 4 days ago, how hard it was to go into Boston and beat a team when Bird is in his prime.
Dennis Rodman, a Hall of Fame NBA player, renowned
another legend, Dennis Rodman,
for his rebounding and defensive prowess, had so many battles against Bird when he was on the bad boy Pistons. And even though he said some crazy statements about Bird, like saying he wouldn't be able to play in today's NBA, he still had respect for Bird's game when going against him. He actually had a funny welcome to the league moment with Larry Bird in the playoffs. Check it out.
So, I think it was 86, 87. So we was playing Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So they gave me the task of guarding Larry Bird. So guarding Larry Bird, I'm like this 25-year-old rookie in the league. They said, Dennis, you have to guard him. And I'm like, and you know what I'm saying, guard him. So that was my whole job, to guard the toughest guy on the team, on the other teams. So, you know, so I'm guarding him. And every time I turn my head, he's over there in the 3-point line. He said, I'm over here, Rook. I'm like, you know, I got to go out there and run out there like a dumbass. Let's go out there, try to contest him. He'll hit the 3. I'm like, okay, da-da-da-da.
Next, we got 2 legends, Karl Malone and Isaiah Thomas.
There's a lot. I'm liking this energy.
For almost all of their career, and had intense playoff matchups. They shared their stories of how Bird used to talk trash during clutch moments.
I remember sitting on the bench watching Kevin McHale and Larry Bird. And Larry Bird did something. To me, I'm still marveled at this. And he got so many people. It was a timeout. And one of our teammates, Bart Kofold, had a camera. Right. He's taking pictures. So Larry Bird came over there and looked at our bench. And he said, 3-pointer from right over here. So I'm sitting over there looking like, hey, Ruth, calling your shot already, right? Yeah. So Isaiah, I'm sitting there looking. He looked down at the floor. Hell, everybody looked down at the floor. He like he threw something. and he hit a 3.
Wow.
And I remember Kevin kind of looking over at the bench like this is going to be a long night.
We walk out on the court.
Crazy.
And he said, who guarded me? Larry used to always call me Cheesy, right? He's like, Cheesy, who guarded me? And I was like, you know, I got Kelly, I got Lamb, I got Benson. He's like, you ain't got no brothers? like you?
Yeah, you can't insult Larry. Yeah, I've seen it on other videos. If you look on the channel, where he wanted to play with if the majority is black, he wanted to play with those players. He don't want to just play with somebody out there with him.
He's like you.
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Straight up.
That's exactly what he said. He said, hey, man, you can't put no white dude on me.
Hey, bro.
That is straight disrespect, right? He said, don't put no white dude on me. So check this out. So the next year we come back, I said, I got somebody for your ass, right?
Yeah.
He said, who you got? I said, Robin. He said, okay, he's a little better. He said, but don't ever put no white dude on me because that is disrespectful. I was like, okay.
Patrick Ewing,
That's
a
deep.
New York Knicks legend,
Ewing.
one of the best centers of all time. His close friend.
That was my team back in the day, man. Ewing, man. You know, I liked the Knicks back in the day, I ain't gonna lie.
Friends with Larry Bird and has voiced admiration for Bird's skills, basketball knowledge, and leadership on multiple occasions. And he told people that Larry Bird's trash talking was the real deal.
He talked trash against us, talked trash with against everyone else. But you know, the difference is
nasty.
He could back it up. He could back it up.
Nasty.
You know, I remember, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, a lot of my friends was like that, So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump.
Wow, that was nasty.
He's demolishing everybody.
Here are 3 legends: Dr. J, Kevin McHale, and Bill Walton.
Bird's
impact on the game and his mindset when playing. Pay attention to McHale's story especially because it shows what Bird will do when the game is on the line and he's not having the best night.
This guy, I think he was born to play basketball. Seeing him come in and making the adjustment early, taking a team that had won 20 games the year before, and the next year, they're 40 plus, and the next year they're 60, 60 plus.
Amazing.
Nothing bothered him. Unbelievable competitor, great hands, great vision, great feel for the game, and just, could go out every single night and just play at an unbelievably high level. Didn't have to shoot the ball really well to have a good game because he did so many different things.
I'm out, I'm inbounding the ball. Larry, we drop a play, we're walking out there. Larry says, I'm going to shoot a 3. I'm going to win it right here. I'm like, Larry, no. I just make it 2. We're just going to overtime. I'm thinking, my God, you haven't made a shot all game long. Don't do that now. So we walk over there, and Larry walks by the bench, and he tells the Phoenix bench, he said, nah, I'm fixing to jump out here, bust this play, and knock a 3 down on you and go home.
Wow.
And the bench looks at him and stuff. So Larry busts the play, jumps out, gets the ball on kind of in front of their bench at the 3-point line, shoots it. As he lets it go, he looks at the bench and said, told you so, and starts running to the locker room. The ball rips through. We win by 1. So bad, and the bench coaches have this. El Bianchi's got this look on his face like honestly, like he's seen a ghost. He's just sitting there. And I walk by and I go, does it all the time. And El Bianchi just shakes his head. But that was classic Larry. A will to win, unbelievable amount of confidence. But the best thing was he had no idea what I was thinking in my mind. Like, am I really going to throw it to him? He hasn't made a shot all the 4th quarter. But he ran in, and by the time I got in there, he had already popped a beer. He had a beer in his hand. He was laughing. And I just walked up to him, gave him a hug, and said, man, you are something.
Nobody worked as hard as Larry. He was the first guy there. He was the last guy to leave. He wore that body out with the jumpers and the running and the movement and the concentration and the focus and the discipline and the sacrifice. He had it all. He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And if it ever got to the point where Casey Jones, a coach who we just loved and would do anything for, if Casey would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no, I'm shooting this ball. And he would.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Bird wants a 3 out of it, and he gets it.
Nasty.
Next, we have 2 NBA legends who are in my top 5 of all time. Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes,
they
sir.
both said Larry Bird was the best guy they played against. And listen to how they describe Bird's game. You can tell that it was war when you're getting ready to play against that man. And you had to be on your A game at all times.
The best guy I played against might have been, Larry Bird. Someone like that.
How good was
Michael
Bird?
Jordan.
People, I don't think people
don't
look at
appreciate
him and think,
they
he's
said,
a white
no,
guy,
he's
slow guy.
a chubby white guy. He wore us out, man. Because he just this muscle here, the one between his ears.
Yeah,
that was his best. Because he made the 3-pointers and he had assists and rebounded, steals. He was always at the right place at the right time on the court. One of the great players I had the opportunity to play against.
There's nobody that I ever played against that I love and respected more than Larry Bird.
Legend.
The man, listen, you couldn't give him an inch or he would just shoot it right in your face. He was dominant at both ends of the court. And so Larry Bird made me a better player, and I think I made him a better player. And together, we made the NBA better.
And now we have the last 2 legends on this list, John
Yes, sir.
Stockton and Charles Barkley.
Yes,
They both
sir.
shared hilarious trash-talking stories when they went against Bird. And you get to see Charles explain what exactly made NBA players fear him in a game.
He's the only guy that came into
Nasty.
Utah when I was a young player and said, I think I'm going to have 43 tonight. Told our whole team that on the bench, and he came in and had 43 tonight. So I don't know. I have to give the nod to Larry at this one.
Wow. Don't feel bad because I was the tiebreaker on the poll question, and I picked Larry Legend as well. So I'm with the same company. So
God, Bird talk trash to everybody.
But didn't he? Did he get to a point where he had respect for you?
I always tell this story about Larry Bird. I remember him. He was cursing under his breath, and I asked him, I said, "Larry, what's going on with you?" He says, "You guys are being disrespectful to me." And I says, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You guys are putting a white guy on me." Disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on him?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. He says, "It's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me." And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game.
Like, Larry beat you with his will and his mind, but he didn't have the athletic ability that Kobe and Michael and LeBron and those guys had.
Yeah.
Larry willed himself and his team to win.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and show everyone this if they're sleeping on
Yes,
how
sir.
good Larry Bird was. Because there are 15 NBA legends that can vouch. So comment down below your favorite Bird story,
Yes,
and until
sir.
next time.
15 legends, man. If y'all don't believe it by now, man, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I love doing these Larry Bird videos, and I love tapping into this world. I'm going to keep doing Larry Bird content, keep giving y'all what y'all want to hear. Let me know y'all legends in the comments. I'm at 39,000. Let's get up to 1 million. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the top bell, and I'll see y'all on the next video.